This is a demonstration of the prone leg check analysis with challenges on the pelvis to determine sacroiliac listings. If my patient had a short leg, I would very often bring the legs into flexion to see if either leg has leg lag. Leg lag is a pretty good indicator of a PI ilium, but only if it's on the short leg side, most of the time. I could bring the legs up and bring the left leg away and the right leg over, or the opposite way to check for an IN or an EX. Doing one side at a time, if I bring this leg out and the legs balance, we must have had an IN on this side. If I bring this leg across and the legs balance in this position, we must have had an EX on this side. So usually I do both sides at the same time, and now we're checking for the opposite listing. If I get a balancing, I will check one side at a time. If we had a short leg, I could see if there's an inferior innominate on the short leg side by tapping on the foot on that side. The other side, I could also see if there's a superior innominate by grabbing the distal ankle and tugging down, checking the legs, tugging down, checking the legs. Another way to determine superiority or inferiority is to stabilize the sacrum and push up on the ischium or reverse that. So what I'm doing here is I'm determining superior or inferior innominate with respect to the sacrum on the same side. If we had a short leg, let's say on this side, is it a PI here or an AS here? PI here or AS here? Both sides at the same time, see if the legs balance. Both sides at the same time reverse, see if the legs balance. If they do, check one area, for instance AS ilium on this side or PI ilium on the opposite side. For sacrum, do we have a posterior sacrum? Knife edge, P to A on the posterior side, see if the legs balance. Same on the other side. Sacral base, posterior, sacral apex, posterior. I'm going to correct the camera for 1 second so you can see the sacral base challenges a little bit better. If she has a short leg, sacral base, sacral apex, posterior. Rotated sacrum. Grab the sacrum, twist it in one direction, check the legs, twist it in the other. This is how long it actually would take. My patient here has a very slight right short leg, only an extension. Is it a PI on the right or an AS on the left? Is it the opposite? Is it an IN? Is it an EX? Is it an IN? Is it an EX? Is it superior innominate? Inferior innominate? It's none of those. Is it sacral rotation? Is it sacral rotation in the opposite direction? Is it a posterior sacrum on the right? It is a posterior sacrum on the right because the P to A challenge on the right over the sacrum balanced her legs. That's how long it takes. Turn face up.